What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry I have not been as active as I would hope to be. The last 2 weeks have been so crazy and so hectic with school starting back up and work starting back up. I work in elementary school, so it kind of just all hit at the same time, and I just have not had any time to do much of anything else. So I promise I will be more active and I'll stay on top of it, I promise. But today, I've had some questions in my DMs again, and these questions are really good, and so I wanted to share this with y'all because I know that if this one person is asking me these questions, I know that y'all probably have similar thoughts and similar questions, so I kind of just wanted to answer all of that. So I haven't really thought about like how to answer them. I'm just gonna literally just read them off this sheet. This is on the back of my homework that I was supposed to turn in, but I didn't, so I'm kind of the worst, but it's gonna be very real, very authentic. So, okay, so question number one. How did you feel the first time you went out in public in your wheelchair? So, that's kind of interesting because I didn't really go into detail about this, but when the accident happened, they had to shave my head completely, so I was bald. They had to shave my head because I had like chemicals and like stuff in my hair that they couldn't perform surgery on with that in my hair, so they had to literally shave my head completely. So that on top of being in the wheelchair and being so new to everything, my confidence was so low. It was so bad, and I was so nervous to go out in public, and it was hard because everybody stares. I mean, even if you're not in a wheelchair, people just stare because people are weird and it makes you feel uncomfortable. So I was very uncomfortable the first time I went out in public, and I still get like that sometimes, but it's a lot better than it was. Okay, question number two. How do you get gas? Well, just like everyone else does, I get out of my car and I pump the gas. I know that some gas stations, they have like that handicap call for like assistance or whatever. I don't use that because I don't like relying on other people. I really don't like calling and asking for help like that. So I just get my wheelchair out and I get my gas. Unless I'm like with my parents or with a friend and they're nice enough to be like, hey, let me pump your gas. But other than that, I just get out myself and I get it myself. Question number three. Have you ever tried walking with braces or crutches? So I know a lot of people like that I went to therapy with, they do that, but that is like, it varies with every situation. Like every person is different, every person's ability is different, even if they have similar, like a similar level of injury as you do. I personally know that if I try to walk with braces or crutches or anything like that, it would be a complete fail because I'm literally paralyzed from my chest down, which means I have no movement, no feeling or anything. So like I have to literally pick my leg up to do anything. So I know that that wouldn't work out for me, but I know for some people, like they do walk with braces and crutches and stuff because they have some kind of movement or, you know, whatever the case might be. But personally, no, I do not, because it would be a fail. Question number four. This might spark up some discussion. I'm not asking y'all to believe what I believe. I'm not asking you to change your beliefs or anything. I'm just talking about what I believe in and just speaking from my heart. So if this bothers you, then just skip over this part, but if not, then y'all can listen. Do you ever wonder why God allowed this accident to happen? Personally, I don't question what he does. I think that I know that he has a plan for everybody's life. Everybody goes through challenges and hardships, and I personally believe that it's almost a test to our character, and I just feel like he's testing us with these hardships in our lives. And you know, we all go through hardships, and our time on this earth is so short, and it's nothing compared to our afterlife. And I believe that, you know, it's just it's almost a stepping stone to get us where we should be, which is up there with him and living happily ever after. And one thing that some people have told me is like, we have a new body and our new body is up there with him. So really nothing that we do in this life is going to compare to what we have to look forward to. So I don't ever question it, and I don't really think about it too much because I know he has a plan and I know that everything happens for a reason. Question number 5. How do you feel about people touching your wheelchair? Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this one. This one is like the best question I've ever been asked. So I hate it. I cannot stand, that's probably my biggest pet peeve, is when people touch my wheelchair. There's a reason I do not have handlebars on my wheelchair. I work with little kids and they always want to come up behind me and push me, and I just hate that with everything in me. So I'm a very independent person, especially when it comes to my situation. I like to do things on my own, and I don't want help. Unless I need help, I will ask, but other than that, don't touch my wheelchair. Just don't, please. It doesn't bother me like if my friends sit in my wheelchair or like ride around in it, like that doesn't bother me. But if I'm in my wheelchair, like please don't touch me, because I'm very like off balanced because my injury level is higher, so I don't have the greatest balance. So if you touch me and I'm not expecting it, like I'm gonna freak out. But I don't want you touching my wheelchair unless I give you permission. Question number 6. Do you feel more vulnerable now than when you could walk? No, I don't. My parents definitely think I'm more vulnerable, but I'm very aware of my surroundings at all times, and I'm a very cautious person, so I know what's going on for the most part. But being a girl as well, that just kind of makes you more vulnerable in general. But no, I don't think my wheelchair has any effect on how vulnerable I am. I know that people are weird and people are capable of pretty much anything, but I don't think that this wheelchair puts me at a disadvantage. So question number 7. What are some things you used to take for granted that are more difficult now? So this one's a really good question, and a lot of things. There's a few that I can think of right off the bat. Number 1, bladder management. I don't know when I need to use the bathroom, and that sucks. And I can't just like go to the bathroom, like run to the bathroom and take care of business whenever I need to. Like it's more of like a set schedule thing, and that kind of sucks. And then the second one is like showering. Like it's not that easy to just leave town and be able to just hop in the shower whenever, because not everywhere I go is super accessible, and I have to have something to sit on and something comfortable to sit on because I don't want to get pressure sores. So those 2 things are the biggest ones. Okay, question number 8. This one is kind of like, this one has a little bit of a backstory because me and this man had a previous conversation, but we were basically talking about like my confidence. And okay, so this is the question, but he said, so you said you don't have the confidence you did when you were able to walk. Could you explain that? So basically, I don't. I was never very confident before my accident, but now it's like a whole nother ballpark, because when I go out in public, this one's kind of a sensitive topic because I do struggle with this on the daily. But like when I go out and I'm by myself or whatever, and I see like a group of girls dressed up and like having a good time, running around, dancing, whatever the case might be, I definitely put myself down, because it sucks seeing that and wishing that like I could just get up and do that, and when I see girls like dressed up in heels and dresses and skirts and these cute outfits, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I wish that I could do that. Like I wish that I could just have that as like a teenager, like, I don't wear heels because it's hard to keep on my foot plate. Like, they fall off, and you know, it's hard and it's difficult seeing that. And that's something I definitely struggle with every day. And I know that I'm beautiful in my own way, but it's just something that every human struggles with, is having that, like, is being confident in who they are. And I definitely struggle with that a little bit more now, post my injury. Okay, question number 9. Are you afraid of being dropped? Like, when people pick me up? I joke about it because I know that, like, I know that the person carrying me is probably way more nervous than I am, and I trust the person that's picking me up because I'm not, like, super heavy, but I know that it can be scary, like, for that person to pick me up and, like, have to be like responsible for me and, like, and them, especially like going upstairs. That's scary. I hate asking people to help me get upstairs. I definitely feel like an inconvenience when somebody has to pick me up and help me, but everybody that I've ever had pick me up and help me move around is super great and super sweet. So I appreciate that. And I always joke around and I'm like, if you fall, like, or if I fall, I'm taking you down with me. And that's just kind of how I have to joke about it, because it can be a little scary for me and them, but you know, we just make it work. Okay, question number 10. Do strangers ever stare at you and or ask weird questions? Yes. Y'all, you gotta stop staring. It's weird. It makes everybody feel real uncomfortable. Like, it's okay to like glance at people, but full on like don't stare. It makes everybody just feel real weird. But yeah, I definitely get stared at, and I hate that so much because, like I said before, my confidence level isn't the best. So that definitely hurts it a little bit. But I do understand that people are just curious probably as to why I'm in a wheelchair, and I get that for sure, and I definitely have sympathy for it, but it is hard when people are just staring and staring, especially when I'm getting in and out of my car. Please don't watch me get in and out of my car. I even have to tell my friends, like, look away, like, please don't watch me get in my car. So yes, that is a big one for me. And do they ask weird questions? Yeah, I definitely do get questions, and I do appreciate when people can come up to me and ask me, you know, directly what happened or whatever. Like, I do appreciate that, rather than people just assuming or guessing or just, you know, staring. So I do appreciate when people ask me questions. So that is all for this video. I hope that y'all found those questions as interesting as I did, and I hope that I could answer that to the best of my ability, and I hope that y'all got some understanding from that. And if y'all ever have any other questions, please don't be afraid to message me. You can DM me on Instagram at Catherine Granger 15, and I will definitely get back to you. And thank y'all again for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. I will see y'all next time.